Are you looking for ways to increase the brain development of your baby, your newborn, and your toddler? I'm Dr. Jen Anaker with Anaker Clinics of Chiropractic. I wanted to dive into this topic, and I do want to say that this information is taken from the book Ticklish, which is put out by Dr. Jennifer Barham Florinelli, and she's a chiropractor, and she just has some really great things that I wanted to put together for you to present on brain development. And in those first 1,000 days of brain development, really from conception on forward, so those first, into those first couple of years of life, the brain is making all of these synapses, and it's deciding what stays and what sticks, and what actually begins to divide off. And so whatever you can do to make more synapses and help to increase their brain development is going to be just really beneficial in those first days of life, continuing on into their toddler years. So the first one is to engage, to be attentive, maybe to put down that cell phone, to really spend time and energy reading, communicating, allowing that facial expression, that connection, that bond can really begin to develop. And that's so, it might sound so simple, but it's so important for brain development. Number two is whether you're breastfeeding or not, to alternate sides when you're feeding the baby. It's amazing that, even the action of feeding the baby, when they're younger, the way that their visual acuity, or that distance between where they can see the clearest, is actually the distance of holding the baby, where they can see mom or dad's facial expressions. Obviously, if you're breastfeeding, you're going to automatically go left and right breast. But if you're not, and you're bottle feeding or substituting, all the time or part of the time, do the left and the right to change that up, because that helps out with the two hemispheres of the brain, and again, to make better brain connection. Number three is tummy time. I've talked about this in the past, but tummy time is just, it's important. It's important for the neck curvature. It's important for the neck muscles, the brain development, starting as early as 3 weeks old. And that can just start by being belly to belly, to be able to have the child hold their head up. But again, that is going to help so much with the brain. And I just want to get right to the punchline. By the age of 3 months, to be able to have, in totality for the day, up to 60 minutes. So the more that you can get that tummy time is great. Now, if you see that they're not doing tummy time and they're not able to do it very well, there can be a few things. I would say, start with a chiropractor. Let's see what's going on structurally. Number four is give them different objects to gaze at. Black and white is the first, the color or non-colors that they're able to see. So you can use mobiles, you can use varying distances that things are at, you can use a mirror in front of them. Again, that stimulus will create those brain synapses. And then the fifth one is free time. So just allowing them to roam around and to be able to get that interaction and that stimulus, and again, maybe creating things to help out with building those brain circuits. Let's see here. Things like, using different spoons or objects or different textures that they can use. As they get older, bubbles, balloons, blocks, any of those things that they can touch and feel and have different stimuluses. And the last one I wanted to bring up was getting checked by a chiropractor. Again, that brain to body communication, chiropractors look at the nervous system, and those first 1,000 days are so crucial in order to be able to get that brain to body to communicate properly. And so chiropractors can really help out to make sure that your child nervous system is working efficiently. Again, Dr. Jen Anaker, all the best to you in your being a parent and learning all these different things such as brain development.